birthplace of the Lipizzans, a stud farm high in the alpine country of Austria. It is in the autumn of their third year, when the Lipizzaners are turning from dark to white, that the finest stallions are selected for the Spanish riding school in Vienna. Named for the Spanish origin of the Lipizzan horses, the school was built in 1735, and though it had survived other wars and occupations, near the end of World War II, it was almost lost.
General Telheim, this is a pleasant surprise.
Colonel Podolsky, you remember General Stryker?
Yes, of course, I remember the general very well. Forgive me for not calling my staff to attention, but a military atmosphere in the hall would disturb the concentration necessary in our training.
I see.
General Stryker arrived only this morning, and one of his first inquiries was of the Spanish riding school.
We're honored.
I'm a great admirer of your Lipizzanas. I always make it a point to see them on my visits to Vienna.
Then you must attend tomorrow's performance. It's our first in several months.
So I understand. But what happened here, Colonel Podolsky?
Happened, General?
Yes, it doesn't look the same. Wasn't there a portrait of Charles VI above the gallery? And I remember some magnificent chandeliers.
I had them removed.
Did you have orders to do that, Colonel?
I gave the colonel permission to take certain precautionary measures.
These things are irreplaceable. I was anxious for their safety.
Oh, I see. Anxious for their safety. Might your anxiety also explain the number of empty stalls in your stable, Colonel?
I did send some of the younger stallions to the country.
You made a request to Berlin, asking permission to move the Spanish riding school out of Vienna.
Yes, some time ago.
That request was denied.
Yes, it was. I was very disappointed.
So disappointed that you chose to ignore those instructions?
If I'd chosen to ignore them, none of us would be here. The horses I sent away were still in training. They were not yet school performers.
You made decisions that contradict the spirit of orders from the Führer. Vienna is in no danger. Life has to continue as usual here.
You can't honestly believe...
That's an order. The Spanish riding school papers. You have a number of riders on leave from the army. They are to be returned to active service immediately.
You want the riding school to continue, and yet you take my staff away from me?
Men are needed at the front.
General Stryker, the basis of the school is in its training.
I sympathize with your problems, Colonel, but the war is fast reaching a climax. And I tell you in confidence that it will not be easy. If Germany is to win, some sacrifice will be required by everyone. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's performance. Alan.
You were sent to the riding school under orders. I want to ask you if you wanted to go there, and I wasn't given much choice either. But the riding school is lucky. It would have to be, you know, to still be around after so many years. If I had been allowed to go through the entire cavalry myself, unit by unit, to find a staff, I couldn't have done better. Those of you who remain here will have to work harder than ever. Those who are returning to active service will, I'm sure, be a credit to your units. We'll miss you. Good luck. They're good boys. Going off to war so uselessly at this point.
Louis?
Sorry. It's a party.
Just say we'll meet again tomorrow. Just say Auf Wiedersehn tonight. Don't say goodbye and don't despair. I know that we will meet again somewhere. Our dreams will still be there tomorrow. Although tomorrow's far from sight, until the day when life complete again, and good friends meet again. Just say Auf Wiedersehen.
Come on, play something very gay. Come on, Uncle, bring some more wine, please. Get the horses out. Put them over in the horse way. Hurry. All right, hurry it up. Open those doors. Come on, keep them moving. Keep them moving. All right, come on. Hurry it up there. Get them out. Yes, get Fred out. All right, keep them moving. Keep them moving.
I was so afraid.
Get ready to leave Vienna. I'm going to defense headquarters in the morning. They can't refuse me now.
What can I do for you, Colonel Budowski?
I have a request to make. I want permission to evacuate the Spanish riding school immediately.
Your request has been denied.
But that was before.
That was this morning. I've been in contact with Berlin.
But why would they deny it?
The Spanish riding school is a symbol of Vienna. Its evacuation might be interpreted by the Viennese as a sign that their situation is regarded as hopeless, that the city is doomed.
It's an extravagant sacrifice, General Stryker, and I don't believe the Viennese people can be so easily fooled.
It's not my place, Colonel, to question the decisions of higher headquarters.
I have a responsibility, General.
Indeed, the responsibility of any man in uniform to obey orders. Herr Littler.
Colonel Kreisky to see General Tellheim.
Do you have an appointment, Colonel?
No, I do not.
The general is very...
It's urgent. I want to report a plot on General Stryker's life.
What did you say to my orderly? I was very impressed with you. You know, he stutters when he's impressed.
It isn't difficult to impress people these days. You just talk very loud and have an unpleasant manner.
Did you impress General Stryker?
No, he's an exception. Request denied. Any request, all requests.
I'm sorry.
I can't believe such waste, such stupidity.
Don't tell me what you think. Don't tell anyone. These are not times for saying what you think.
Forgive my temper. The school mayors were moved to Czechoslovakia for reasons I never understood. I can't predict what will happen to them there. Now air raids endanger my stallions, and I'm refused permission to save them. It's as if the end of the Spanish riding school had been deliberately planned and is being carried out on some secret schedule from higher headquarters. I don't know how to be polite and patient any longer.
I only wish I could call Berlin and accomplish something for you. But since the attempt on Hitler's life, there have been too many changes. I have no friends left there.
I know. Thanks for listening to me again.
Just a second. Some time ago, I gave you orders to take certain art treasures out of the school to safety. Those orders have not been rescinded.
Can you help me with transportation?
Where would you like to take these treasures?
To St. Martin in the Innkreis. There's plenty of stable space in the castle there. Perfect for storing art treasures.
Railroad cars are scarce, but I see what I can do. And I'll send you some trucks.
Or wagons if trucks are scarce. My Lipizzaners will help me with this evacuation.
I'll give you what help I can. And then it's up to you. You know, I could be setting a trap for you.
I'm willing to take that chance.
Be careful, my friend.
What's going on here?
I'm Colonel Pataisky of the Spanish Riding School.
Take a look in those wagons, all of them.
I'm evacuating valuable equipment and art treasures from the riding school. We're on our way to the railroad yard.
You have orders?
Signed by the Area Defense Commander.
Your wife?
Yes.
She helps you with evacuations?
I don't like to leave her alone.
Why do you have horses tied behind your wagons, Colonel?
These are show animals. They're not used to pulling loads. I brought extra horses for relief.
Furniture, paintings, some saddles and harnesses.
What you are doing is very dangerous, Colonel Pataisky.
I realize that.
I'd hate to see these beautiful animals caught in a raid. You'd better move on. And go quickly.
Thank you.
So are you. You must get some sleep, Louis.
When we get to St. Martin.
Easy, boy.
train.
No, I'm staying.
Marina, don't be a fool. Just passing by.
Just turning around.
They're passing on by.
You are so stubborn sometimes.
You taught me.
During the last weeks of the war, the castle of St. Martin was a refuge for hundreds of homeless, frightened people. And for the Spanish riding school of Vienna. The days were long with waiting.
Lighter with the hands.
What's the matter?
The thief. He broke into the storeroom.
I only took some blankets.
And a saddle.
Help! Don't kill me, someone help!
Be quiet, nobody's hurting you.
My wife and child are freezing. What could I do?
Freezing in this weather?
It's cold at night. We have to sleep on the ground.
And a saddle keeps you warm? See if anything else is missing.
What are you doing to him? Did they hurt you, brother?
I only wanted some blankets.
A man has to take care of his family.
Yeah, my children are freezing.
A moment ago, you only had one child.
You shouldn't bully poor people.
You're not needed here.
There's a pistol missing.
I didn't take any pistol. I swear. I don't know anything about the pistol. Search me.
Go on, get out. All of you. We'd better keep a guard here from now on, day and night. Set up some kind of a signal system. They'll steal everything we've got to use for barter.
Yes, I'll make up a roster.
Give each guard a rifle and a clip of ammunition. Don't forget someone out there has a pistol.
Louis? Louis? What's happening out there?
Otto caught a thief in the stables.
What did you do with him?
Let him go. What could I do? Turn him over to the authorities? I'm a fugitive from authority.
And we couldn't wait to reach the safety of St. Martin.
Colonel Potaisky, in the army car.
Looks like we're going to have a very important visitor.
We better go upstairs. Louis, aren't you coming?
No.
Well, is there any reason to draw attention to yourself?
I'm going outside to say hello. Can't believe my eyes. What brings you to St. Martin?
I've brought permission for you to finally evacuate Vienna. How quickly do you think you can accomplish such a move?
What a pleasure to see you.
General Tellheim, do come in.
Loved Mendelssohn. I played cradle song as a boy. What can happen to a country that causes it to outlaw the genius of a great composer? What happens to a people that they permit themselves to be so denied?
Perhaps you're being too hard on them, General. It doesn't happen overnight, this condition. It develops slowly and so subtly that people don't realize what's being done.
Yes. And suddenly it's all there. And then it's too late to fight back. At least, that's what the weak people say. No, I think you're being too kind. The strong people fight in spite of everything. They risk themselves for what they believe in. I admire them. I envy them. Whatever happens to them. Yeah. No, I think I must go.
It was a wonderful evening. For a while, I completely lost track of time. Not only what hour, but what year. Thank you for that.
I thank you.
It was worth more than I can tell you.
I hope we're going to see you again.
Think of me sometime.
You don't have to ask.
Now I would like to see my beautiful Lipizzanas once more.
Of course.
Goodbye.
And Carl thought he was announcing an enemy.
General Tellheim, you've done so much for the school already. I'm embarrassed to ask more of you, but I'm terribly worried about my mares in Czechoslovakia. I wonder if there isn't something can be done before it's too late.
It's already too late. Save your appeal for the conquerors. I brought very bad news with me. I've postponed telling it for selfish reasons. It's been such a pleasant visit.
What news?
The Hungarian riding school fled Budapest, but was captured by the Russians on the outskirts of Vienna.
The outskirts?
The fall of Vienna is imminent. It may have happened since I left.
What happened to Haslinski and his horses, do you know?
He and his staff were taken prisoners of war. They were in uniform, and the horses were destroyed.
I see.
We've talked so much about the end, expecting it, waiting for it. It's still a shock when it comes. But I can do one thing for you, my last good deed. I can demilitarize the school. It might make things easier for you when the conquering forces take over.
I'd be very grateful.
All right, I'll send official papers to you, establishing the school as a civil institution, the way it was before.
You called it your last good deed.
Yeah. fall of Germany, my life is over. I've given a great deal of thought to my situation, and I've decided neither the courage nor the desire to begin over again. And more than that, I've decided I don't want to be judged a Nazi. I don't want to accept the responsibility.
But you were never in sympathy with Hitler.
No, I sold myself to him, like many others. I'm only being faithful to a course I took years ago. A weak course then, weak still, but my chosen one. After such a terrible winter, I think we are going to have quite a nice spring. I don't believe the Russians will come as far as St. Martin, for whatever encouragement that may be to you. I believe the Americans will come into this area.
Should I expect more from them?
Don't give up hope, my friend. You've a past to be proud of, and a chance for the future. Few of us have that much. I'm sorry I had to spoil our beautiful evening with such grim reports.
General Telheim, why don't you stay here for a while? I'm sure the Countess would be very happy.
Take in one more refugee? No. But thank you for the thought. Well, goodbye. I hope things go well with you.
Take it easy. You might shoot somebody by accident.
If I shoot somebody, it won't be an accident.
Is there a kill under that kind face of yours? I don't believe it.
Now get the horses, quick! Get those horses out, shoot!
That's right, Colonel. You just stay right there.
What are you doing with my horses?
We're going to use them to get us out of here before the Russians come.
You think I'll let you do this?
No, we're not giving orders today, Colonel. Besides, we're doing you a favor. I hear the Russians have a taste for horse meat.
If you're running from the Russians, you're wasting your energy. The Russians aren't coming to St. Martin.
That's not what I hear. I hear they're already in Vienna and moving in this direction.
But where do you have to run? I tell you, you're better off staying here.
I don't think you really care what's better for us, Colonel.
You saw that German officer who visited here a few days ago? He came from Vienna, and he told me what's going to happen. The Russians are not coming as far as St. Martin.
Maybe we've listened to too many German officers.
Get that horse, I'll kill you.
Be careful, Colonel. I'll shoot if I have to.
Anybody but my staff better get out of here. Fast! Get the horse in their stalls and stay with them. Somebody help me get out of the house.
Now I am going to retire.
Don't talk.
That doesn't sound like thunder.
It isn't thunder. It's the victors.
Tisn't a deep wound, thank goodness.
Is it worth it, Verena?
What?
All our efforts, all our care.
Now, I've never heard you ask that before.
No, I'm stubborn. The truth is stubborn, too. Time comes when you have to see things as they are.
And how are they? I'm curious to know.
Just open your eyes and your ears. Here come the conquerors. They take lives and destroy tradition without a second thought.
How do you know what they do, Louis?
You heard what happened to the Hungarian school?
That was one unit in the Russian army, that's all.
You heard anything better about the other side? It's not the worst of it, not nearly the worst. The very people I've been trying to save the school for now threaten to destroy it.
That's not true.
Well, what happened today, just a few hours ago? Somebody gets hold of a gun and they're all ready to go, ready to kill me or anyone else who gets in their way and steal every stallion in the stable.
Louis, there's something you must understand. There are people in this world to whom a horse is just a horse, white, black, or piebald. Not a thing of beauty or culture, but just a horse, a means of transportation, or perhaps something to fill their stomachs.
Well, maybe there won't be room for tradition and art in the world that comes out of this war. Maybe those things are obsolete. If they are, then so am I. Obsolete. Like Telheim, a man whose time is past, whose world is gone. And if that's so, then I should know it. I should open my eyes wide and recognize it.
You compare yourself to Telheim? That's unfair. Poor Telheim. Nothing to hold on to, nothing to fight for. So he gives up. But that's not you, Louis. As long as there's a chance for the school to continue, you've got to keep on fighting. You owe it to those people in the background.
I have something else to hold on to besides the school. Thank you.
Open the door, please, Carl.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking for Colonel Podolsky. I'm Podolsky.
I have orders for you, Colonel.
Orders?
You are to be defense area commander, Colonel. The men of the village have been armed and await your instructions.
Area commander?
As the highest ranking officer.
But I'm no longer in the military. I've been waiting for official papers.
These are our official papers, Colonel.
Yes, I see they are.
I urge you to impress upon the men under your command that the fight is not over. Any ideas of peaceable surrender to the Americans will bring severe punishment. Do you have any questions, Colonel?
No.
Bürgermeister Altmann will remain here for your instructions.
Herr Altman, are you any relation to the man who owns the butcher shop in the village?
Yes, I'm the same Altman.
Herr Altman, I wonder if there isn't a closer danger facing us right now than those guns we hear echoing in the hills.
A closer danger?
Yes, the danger of plundering.
plundering.
There are over 300 refugees here. And as those guns grow louder, they grow more restless. Now, if their fear and desperation were to reach the breaking point and they gave themselves to open riot and looting, well, you can see what would happen to all of us.
Yes. Yes, I see.
It might not be a bad idea if we kept our armed men close to the village just in case there is such an outbreak. What do you think?
Oh, I agree with you, Colonel. I agree with you 100%. The fox. The sly fox.
He's going to get himself in trouble. Louis, I don't like what you're doing.
What should I do? Send a bunch of sick and tired old men out to fight soldiers? I don't want it on my conscience.
And the orders?
Orders? I promise you we'll never see the Kreisleiter again. I am no longer in the army, with or without written confirmation. I'm through with Nazis once and for all. Bravo!
My husband used to say I play the piano like a carpenter. Bang, bang, bang.
Sounds fine to me.
Wait. Listen.
I don't hear anything.
Exactly. The guns have stopped. What do you suppose that means?
Lorena, bring the clothes you ordered for the staff. I think we should get out of these uniforms.
Louis.
Please go right now, Verena. How do I want the uniforms burned? And get rid of those rifles we have in the stable.
Right away, Colonel.
I'd rather not have to explain them.
Yes, sir.
Isn't there something I can do? I'd like to be busy, too. I feel the world is spinning twice its normal speed tonight. And if I don't hold tightly, I don't know what I mean.
I do. I feel it, too. Before many hours have passed, a whole way of thinking and acting will end for us. And welcome or not, it's a jolt.
Finally, the end. What will they be like?
The Americans? I don't know. We'll find out soon enough.
They aren't stopping. They're passing us by.
Wait.
Major Hoffman, find out who these people are and who owns this place.
How do you do? I'm Louis Bataisky.
Are you the owner?
No, the Count Arco Valley is the owner.
Where is he?
He's not here.
My husband is in a concentration camp.
We'd like to inspect your home counters as a possible headquarters.
We would be honored to have an American headquarters at San Martin.
Will you show me through? Major Hoffman, take a look at the other buildings.
Hey, there's a whole stable full of white horses. Horses? Yo, let's take a look.
Louis, be patient for a while.
Hey, come on, will you? Gee, I'm sorry. I beg your pardon.
What is it, Otto? What's wrong?
No, nothing's wrong. There's an American officer asking for you. He knows your name.
Well, take me to him.
I was sure it must be the same Podolsky. Major Hoffman. Saw you ride in the 1936 Olympics.
Long time ago.
Yeah, well, it seems like a long time ago, but I certainly remember your performance. I'd never seen riding like that.
You're very kind.
These your horses?
They're from the Spanish riding school in Vienna.
I read about your being made director there. That was before the war, wasn't it?
Well, I'm still director, for whatever it's worth.
Major Hoffman, we'll set up Corps headquarters here. Would you take charge of moving in the various sections?
Yes, sir.
We'll set up our motor pool here in the stables. There seems to be enough room.
Podolsky here. He's director of the Spanish riding school. One of the finest horsemen in the world, sir. Famous Lipizzan stallions are here at St. Martin.
How many horses do you have here, Podolsky?
70, sir.
Handsome animals?
Yes, sir. I've never seen them before myself, but it's supposed to be quite an experience.
They're unique in the world.
You brought them from Vienna?
For their safety.
Very handsome.
General. Sir, the Spanish riding school is worth saving, not just for Austria, but for the world. We need your protection.
I'm sorry, Podolsky.
I don't believe we can survive without it. We have 70 stallions here to care for, to feed and shelter and defend. Our mares have been removed to Hostau in Czechoslovakia. If they're not returned to us, the breed will die.
Podolsky, we're still trying to win a war. Once that's done, agencies will be set up to take care of requests such as yours.
Forgive my impatience, sir, but those agencies may be too late.
I have no authority to grant Army protection to you. And as for the mares, a line of demarcation has been drawn that American forces will not cross. That line lies on the Czechoslovakian border. The Russians will take Hostau. I respect your devotion to your school. Sorry I can't help you.
Well, don't give up. Not yet.
I spoke too soon. I was too forward.
No, you... Just don't give up,
Dinner?
I'm not hungry.
Podolsky, could we have a talk? I just had a long conversation with the general. He'd like to help you, and we've got an idea.
Yes, what idea?
Do you think you could give a performance here at St. Martin on short notice?
Performance?
Yeah, you see, General Patton, commander of the Third Army, he's a real horse lover. He rode in the 1912 Olympics. Well, if you were to take an interest in the school, he might be able to do things for you no one else could do.
Even save the mares?
Well, I can't make any promises, but if we invited Patton to come here, see a performance.
How can I give a respectable show under these conditions? I have a small staff. The stallions are out of training.
Well, if it can't be done...
Well, I didn't say it couldn't be done. I only said I don't know how.
But you're willing.
Well, it's a chance, isn't it? I need a chance.
Good. I'll radio Army headquarters tonight.
Major Hoffman, I want to thank you.
You go into a town after so many sad towns. You walk into a stable and you see something beautiful. Don't expect it. Helps you forget some of the not-so-beautiful things you've been seeing. Well, good night, Podolsky.
Colonel? Anything?
We're going to give a performance.
A performance? Here?
Perhaps the most important performance in the history of the school. For an American general who can help us.
Oh, wonderful. When's it going to take place?
I don't know yet. Maybe a couple of days.
A couple of days? Why, that's not possible.
It would take weeks to get the horses ready, Colonel.
I don't see how we can do it.
Well, I'll tell you something. We've come too far and gone through too much to give up now. To save the school, we need the help of the Americans. And this General Patton is the one to impress.
But we need time.
There isn't time. So we can shake our heads and throw up our hands and turn from this opportunity, and there may never be another performance anywhere. Is that what you want? Let's take this chance and thank God for it. It may be our only one. A training program will start early tomorrow morning. Very early. I suggest you get some rest.
Watching HBO. Coming up next, a thrilling family adventure from Walt Disney featuring a daring and true World War II flight of Vienna's White Stallions.
You're a hustler.
And you, my girl, have my opportunity to become the Honorable Margaret, 4th Marchioness St. Edmund of Candleshoe.
For love or money, she's the perfect imposter.
Get up out of bed in the morning with your dukes up, you know?
You can't go through life alone.
I ain't alone. I got me.
And she's got her sights on a fortune in hidden treasure.
You could only see it when the sun was coming up. It said, "The paths of glory lead but to the grave."
We're not completely broke, just a little near the edge.
You're kidding.
It's loaded with larceny and laced with laughter. Helen Hayes, David Niven, and Jodie Foster.
This place is a nut house.
For love or money, there's never been a movie like Candleshoe from Walt Disney Productions.
Tomorrow,